Okay, so welcome everyone. This is my editing setup. This is kind of like the view. I do have literally the rack behind me has like a bunch of gear, and the other half of the room is actually my wife's because we share a gaming room setup. So if you see the Sailor Moon stuff and like plushies and stuff, half of it is mine. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to introduce this view because I will be using this every now and then. I think I'll be using it more as like a talking head, as I'm not out and about getting video or talking on the camera outside. I think this is kind of like the setup that I'm going for. Again, I'm still doing like an introduction kind of to what my channel's kind of gonna be like and things that you should be getting used to seeing. But yeah, I really like the green, so if you guys can let me know in the comments if it looks good. I think it looks pretty dope. Just I don't know if you guys like it or whatever. Do not forget to like and subscribe if you aren't already. I did see my last video got a lot of love, and it actually showed to a lot of non-subscribers compared to what I got, and I really like that. It was really cool knowing that the analytics are pretty on point. But the purpose of today's video will be talking about the Sony FX3 within autofocus anamorphic lens. Specifically, we're talking about the Sirui 40mm anamorphic autofocus lens. Now this lens, I was kind of in between getting the Blazar and this one because they're very much similar, and Blazar had just released a 35, which would be not that far off of the 40. However, that lens was very much out of stock at the time, even though it had just released, and it would have taken a long time to get it. I'm a very like impatient person and very impulsive. You will come to learn that. But I did a lot of research and I did end up liking this one a bit more. I want to say that the only thing I don't like is the motors being very loud. But apart from that, I think that this lens is very nice. The images that come out of it are amazing. We did a couple of test shots around the city, and I kind of liked how we finally got to see a bit of like the lens flare from the anamorphic effect, and I think that was pretty cool. I hadn't seen that in a lot of the videos I've shot with the lens, and it's mostly because I don't know if it's because I shoot during the day, but obviously when lights are pointed towards it, you see a little bit of the stretch of the outline of the glare, and I think that's one of like the coolest things about anamorphic lenses. Not overdone, because there's some videos that they just have too much going on, but when you see subtle lens flare and then the way the bokeh looks on it is really dope. So the first thing that we shot, it was basically like this flickering light, and I thought that it was I just thought it was interesting, you know. I thought it was interesting, and I thought that I should just like film it, even though I didn't really have a lot going on in the shot. I thought it was really cool. I also decided to try to get like some crash zoom motion with like my tripod, so I loosened the whole thing up, and it is a cine tripod, so I was able to do like a lot of different motions. So we went from a high point down to a low point, and now that I'm like showing it to you guys, I think that I understand it a bit better, so the next shots that I get like this is going to be really dope. And we just kept walking around, and we were just getting shots of like just things that I found interesting that we can use in the future for like maybe cine test shots, or asking people to model some stuff. I did ask somebody to model, but not a lot of people were like hitting me up on time. I was kind of pressed on time. That's my fault though. I didn't really ask within a reasonable time. But my friends were able to help me. My friend Abe, my friend Alexa were there, and we were kind of just looking around and seeing the like downtown like area, and I was just kind of setting down the tripod and getting some stuff, and that was pretty cool. Personally, the anamorphic effect of this lens was, I don't know, I really like it. I don't think it's like super overdone. It's a 1.33x, and I have seen some lenses that are like up to 2x and the anamorphic effect is really cool on those too, but I don't really know a lot about it yet. And for this being my first starter lens, it being autofocus has been it's been very good. So right here, I kind of just wanted to say some stuff and then get in front of the camera. Who cares, you know? Now, when I was saying that some of the stuff we've been getting right now is really cool because even though it's not like perfect shit, like I think that's what makes it cool. It's just that it doesn't always have to be like everything doesn't always have to go to plan, you know. I think that's really cool about the whole thing. And then the lens has been performing like really good, and we have enough ambient light, but the fact that the glare and everything comes out like really sick. So the purpose of us going downtown was just to basically film at the location where they have the Plaza Theater, because I think the way the lights look and the way that I could have stood in front of the camera to kind of recreate a test shot that I've been thinking about in my head, I thought that was like going to be something interesting for me to do. It didn't kind of go as planned because the way the lights in the back are, I didn't bring a 60-watt light or anything to light up like the forefront, but I did have some cube lights on me, and we were trying to like get it to look better, but it wasn't really going as planned because it started to get very dark outside. But overall, I was very happy with the way the lens performed in low light. I was very happy with the way that I was able to monitor everything, because I think the monitor that I used, the DCX2 from Viltrox, is, like I said in my last video, it's one of the best budget options if you don't want to spend the money for like all the new stuff. And you're able to do the D-squeeze, so you're able to see like what your shot is actually going to look like, and then you can put the bracket for seeing, like, getting rid of the cinema bars, seeing what the actual shot will look like, and you can actually position everything in the middle the right way. I think the short amount of time that I had with my friends just like helping me shoot like the shots, I think all in all was like actually the best part of it. Even though we all didn't have a lot of time to do it, like we just got together and just shot random stuff, and it was really cool. But now that I'm home, I'm trying to finish a cinematic video that I did for our event at Tokyo Nights. We've been hosting kind of like a night market / car meet at Golden Vapor here in El Paso, Texas. And those Tokyo nights have been doing very good. They've been actually very fun to go to. A lot of cars have been showing up, and the love the vendors have gotten, I think is really cool as well. But I did promise you guys that I was going to give you guys car cinematics, and I'll go ahead and show you guys that. I am pretty sure I posted this on my social media already, but if you guys want to see it on YouTube, let me know in the comments, and I'll upload it, and I'll kind of do like a breakdown of how I did that video. So my message on this video is, no matter how silly you think you're gonna look on camera, I think you just gotta do a lot of it so you can get out of that headspace of like being embarrassed. I mean, me personally, I'm not like the best looking person, and I don't think a lot of people would see me and think that I have like all this confidence because of the way I look. But at the end of the day, like, I think I create dope shit, and I don't care about anything else. I think that's one of the qualities of me that people really tend to like always give me props on, and no matter what, I think I'm always going to keep pushing forward to just create really fucking cool shots. So make today count. And without keeping you guys here super long, I just want to let you guys know, thank you again for the support, and you guys are awesome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the video. And if you guys want to stick around for some more stuff, keep the noties on. Peace.